Good boss of YouTube, 6 Foot Hacks here. Happy you guys today. Another Showdown live, and before I get into the team preview, I would like to say thank you to like the 2 or 3 people out there who left comments saying that you saw progression in my weight loss. I really didn't think anybody would mention anything about it, but thank you guys. Kind of put me in a little bit of a better mood. For those of you who don't know, recently I've lost about like 60 pounds. Yeah, since October. Yeah, we won't talk about all that, but yeah, thank you to the 2 or 3 of you who pointed that out. If you guys did miss my upload from yesterday, a link to that will be down in the description, or there should have been like a little annotation on your screen that you can click to go check it out. But yeah, anyways, back to this video. If you guys do enjoy, then you know what to do. The team that I'm using, as you kind of saw, is a really hyper offensively based team. Just because I am tired from work and got off a little bit late. So, also, to the person who asked me what I do for my job, as stereotypical as it sounds, I do landscaping now, so that's like mowing lawns, weed eating, and just, yeah. But I mean, money's good, and I have afternoons off, which is nice. When I'm not too tired, I can come and record and have videos ready for you guys to upload for the next day, or maybe even that night, depending on how early I get off, which is awesome. Definitely like it better than my old job, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time that I'm not going to get into. So again, the team is just a hyper-based team, a hyper-offensive based team that I made around Crustle, because it's in PU and this thing gets rocks and spikes, and there's like nothing that rapid spins or defogs in this tier except for like Cryogonal and Avalug that I've seen. And for some reason I have Drifblim as my spin blocker, even though every rapid spinner in the tier beats it. I just think Drifblim is a pretty cool Pokemon, so I wanted to use it. Next off, we have my Defiant Check, or our Defiant Check I should say. Per Ugly, we have our Savior here, and Setup Sweeper Stopper. Kadabra, we have Floatzel, because after rocks and spikes, this thing just wrecks the entire tier. Rylan, the Cryogonal, I miss Rylan. This is probably the weak link of the team. I think Cryogonal and Drifblim are probably the weak links of this team from the battles I've had with this team. It's still fun though, and hopefully they can change my mind by the end of the live. So yeah guys, that was a quick run through of the team. Not too much thought behind it, just set up hazards and win. But yeah, let's get this started. Alright guys, so we got the first match here. Unfortunately, the original first match I had, my opponent left, so that kind of sucks. But let me know how you guys like the positioning of the camera, of the face cam, if you like it on the bottom left hand corner, or would you want it back on the top right hand corner from where you're looking at it. For me, it's my bottom right here, and then it would be your top left, but you get what I mean. Do you like it here or over there? Let me know down below, please. And yeah, so it looks like my opponent has an offensive team as well. He has the defogging Vullaby, so hopefully I can get a Defiant boost with my Per Ugly. Rotom mode could be a nuisance. If this is sub SD Leafeon, it could be a bit of an issue. Golem, depending on what kind of set it is, will determine on how I can deal with it. I'm most likely still just going to lead with Crustle, although he could have just regular lead Monferno. I almost kind of want to lead with Floatzel. I almost do. No, I think I'm gonna just lead Crustle. Yeah, please don't lead Monferno. Okay, so he ends up leading off with the Golem, which is great. Unfortunately, because we are plus attack. Yeah, I think if we were Jolly, actually no, we would speed tie with Golem. Okay, well that would still kind of come in handy. But it's not that big of an issue. Hopefully he doesn't bring us. I don't think he should knock us out with the Rock Blast. So I'm just gonna get on my rocks as I win a potential speed tie. Hopefully I can win it again here, and he doesn't get 5 hits with Rock Blast if he does outspeed me, as Earthquake will bring me down into range of my Custop. And this is why, if you guys are wondering why I have 0 Spadef, Defense, and HP IVs, is because in theory it would play out better than them being maxed out, because it brings me down to my my Focus Sash better. So I'm going to test it out on the live and see how it goes. So I am going to be able to get up my second layer of spikes here, or I could just break his sturdy, which is actually what I kind of want to do because this thing could be a bit of an issue. So hopefully I don't miss, which luckily I don't, and I'm going to be able to break his sturdy. One layer of spikes is fine, since the second layer really isn't all that too much more useful. So I can just get a free KO here, I think, with my golem. Not my golem, my float zell. Floaty the float zell is about to just click a Hydro Pump most likely. Or can I click Ice Beam actually? No, he doesn't have anything to safely switch, and Leafeon shouldn't switch into this anyways. Ice Beam, however, though, should knock this out. He could switch into Vullaby potentially. I'm gonna run a quick calc. I know this is probably silly, but I really don't want my my Ice Beam to not be guaranteed to knock this out. Yeah, so after that Rock Blast damage, Ice Beam is a straight KO. So Golem is out of the picture. He could bring in Vullaby here, which is what I'm a little bit concerned about. Rotom, this is actually a huge problem because he can pretty much just Volt Switch. Although I do have Cryogonal. He could Will-O-Wisp maybe. No, he just ends up critting me with a Thunderbolt, which kind of sucks. And why is this Hidden Power Dark? What? Hello? Oh no, sorry, wrong one. Wait, why is this? Hello? I don't know why this is Hidden Power Dark, but it doesn't really matter here, I guess, as he's going to be able to knock me out. Maybe I would have been able to live. I'm not too sure, as he doesn't really have a switch into my Ugly. So I think I'm just going to go for the safe return here. Or I could knock off the incoming Vullaby, potentially, or Leafeon. Well, I think this return is my better play, as he just stays in and survives. Okay. So kind of mispredicted there, unfortunately. As I'm gonna bring in my Float Zell, expecting him to want to bring in Vullaby to try and go for Defog, and I do have the taunt on Float Zell just for this scenario here, for mons that try to Defog. As luckily he does try to Defog, as I will be able to just safely go for an Ice Beam potentially. I don't think this will quite knock him out, but it will do a good amount of damage, as he ends up making a bit of a misplay. Actually no, that did so much damage. Wow. Okay, so we're kind of in a scary scenario here. He can pretty much just bring in Mightyena and win potentially. I could try Thunder Waving him, as he actually ends up bringing in the Leafeon. Why did you not bring in Mightyena? Hello? I'm so confused. I'm just gonna Psychic, as it just, oh. I was not expecting that to just straight knock out Leafeon. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave. I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave here, and then I can Encore him into Sucker Punch. Did it fail? No. Is he gonna Sucker Punch? Yeah, he should Sucker Punch, right? So what I can do here is bring in Drift Blim, and then sub up and Acrobatics, right? Yeah. So he's encored into the Sucker Punch, as I will be able to get up a free sub here without any worry about him knocking me out, as I think his Encore ends this turn. It doesn't end, but he will be able to break my sub regardless, but since I did get my Birding boost, I got my Acrobatics boost as well, and then Drift Bloom should pretty much knock this out with one hit, and then I can also knock out the Monferno with one hit. So it was kind of looking a little bit scary there with that Rotom. I guess I should have just gone straight for the Fake Out. I really thought that he was going to switch into Leafeon or Vullaby. That's why I went for return as opposed to going straight for the Fake Out, and it did kind of cost me losing my Ugly, but everything is a-okay, as I will be able to knock out this Monferno, and that is the first game, so let's go get another one. Alright guys, so my opponent has a Crustle. Okay, so he could lead off with that. That would actually kind of suck. But I can spin and he cannot, so I guess that's where it is okay. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna lead Crustle regardless. And then just try to get up rocks and at least one layer of spikes and break his sturdy, hopefully. So he ends up leading off with Electrode. He could have Taunt, which would actually really suck. Please don't have Taunt. You're not gonna have Taunt. It's gonna have Taunt. I guess it doesn't hurt the Rock Blast. Right? Yeah, it doesn't hurt the Rock Blast. So he just ends up going for the Thunderbolt. And paralyzing me of all things. Please, 5. Come on. Come on. Yes! Okay, so we got a little bit of revenge there for him paralyzing us. So this means that I may not even be able to get up my rocks in this match, which would actually really suck. Because I'm not going to be able to get off that extra little chip damage as he ends up bringing in the Regigigas. I'm just going to try to get on my rocks here, which unfortunately I don't, because I get paralyzed. So this thing is a gigantic, scary, scary thing to deal with, because it's a Regigigas. I can burn him maybe? Or fake out return. What's Prugly? Does come in handy. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to bring in Driploom and just burn him as much as I don't want to. And then just try and Destiny Bond him, potentially. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for the Willow. As long as I don't miss, I should be fine. If I can hit him, I should be able to take the knockoff that he's gonna go for. Yeah, I just eat it up. So the following turn, I can go for Substitute most likely. Is my Unburden activated? I don't think so. No, it is activated. Okay. And then I should be able to just kind of spam Acrobatics. Although Crustle will be able to knock me out. He's going to end up bringing in the Kingler. As I think I'm just going to burn this. Because they don't have Lumberry, right? No. They normally have Life Orb from what I see in their Agility or potentially SD. So I'm not too worried about going for the burn and him having the Lumberry, as he's going to be able to break my sub with the Crab Hammer. I could switch out here. Drifblim already outspeeds his entire team except for probably this Grumpig. So I do just kind of want to save this to be able to Destiny Bond Regigigas if anything. Unfortunately though, again, I don't really have a safe switch into this. I could just switch into my Cryogonal maybe? Or should I just Acrobatics? Destiny Bomb won't work because I don't think he should knock me out with any one hit. So I'm gonna go for Acrobatics, as I should be able to take this. Yeah, as I'm able to just barely live, I will be able to finish him off with another Acrobatics. So Driploom claiming another soul. He should probably bring in the Crustle next, but then I could just go for Destiny Bond and knock out Crustle. And then at that point, Ugly should win me the match, along with Float Zell, because I can Ice Beam this, Focus Blast this. Grumpig is taken care of with Ugly, and then Crustle should be knocked out by my Drifblim if he does bring it in here. So it's not really... I'm not really concerned about what he decides to bring in, is what I'm trying to say. So he's gonna bring in this. Hopefully I can knock him out here, as he does go for the Psychic. Alright, so Driploom just took down 2 Mons, which is absolutely amazing, as I can probably bring in my Ugly. The main reason why I want to bring in Ugly is if he brings in Crustle, because then I can just go for the Fake Out and break his Sturdy right away. Cryogonal really isn't that useful to me in this match either, so I guess it wouldn't be that bad to bring in first, as he decides to bring in the Regigigas. That's fine with me, as I'm just going to spam Hidden Power Fighting, just trying to weaken this to the point where I can Revenge Kill it with Kadabra or Ugly, because I don't want to risk a Hydro Pump or Focus Blast missing from my Float Zell. So Hidden Power Fighting should still be doing about 20% along with the burn damage. Counting in leftovers, he'll be taking an extra. He'll be taking 6% every turn as opposed to 12% because leftovers recovery. Does he have leftovers? No, he doesn't have. No, yes. No, he doesn't have leftovers, so I'm not too sure what he does have. But Hidden Power Fighting did 31%, so that is more damage than I was expecting as he decides to bring in the Meganium. I'm not too sure why, as I do have Freeze Dry. It's scenarios like this where I kind of wish I had Ice Beam, but it's really nice to catch those Water Mons off guard with the Freeze Dry, as that is still going to be an easy 2 KO. And unfortunately, for my opponent, I get a freeze. It doesn't really matter because at this point, the match is pretty much in our favor. Unless I got really unlucky, and this was a Shell Smash Crustle, then there's no way he should win here, as he's going to end up leaving. So that is the second game, guys. Let's go get another one. I hope it's not too obvious that I'm a little bit tired. And hopefully you guys are enjoying the live. So my opponent looks to have a sticky web based team with a rabbit spinner that my Cryogonal can beat. So he could just leave Annie, as I can just Rock Blast and knock it out. Webs are going to be a little bit annoying, but he also gives my Pro Ugly the Defiant boost if anything. So I think regardless, my best lead is going to be this Crustle, as he ends up leading off with a Bastiodon. I'm just going to get up my rocks as he Magic Coats. I'm going to get up my rocks again. So, yeah. As he ends up going for the Toxic. He could probably go for the Magic Coat again here. So I'm actually going to Rock Blast. Yeah, and I'm going to be able to break his Sturdy, hopefully. Unfortunately, I only get 2 hits. I really want to Spike again. I'm not going to do it. So he's going to play this game. And then I'm getting really unlucky and only hitting 2 Rock Blasts. Are you kidding me, man? Can I please just... If I can hit more than 2, it's fine, because then he's not going to be in Sturdy range when I switch in my next Mon. Okay, so I get 5 hits here, which is nice. And then when I come in next time, I'll be brought down into my Cut-Stop Barrier range, so... I'm going to go ahead and hard switch right into my Floatzel here in hopes that he will just Magic Coat again, which is exactly what happens, and now I pretty much get a free KO with Hydro Pump if I'm not mistaken. Or should I Focus Blast to be safe? Knowing my luck, he's just going to barely survive. I'm going to Focus Blast like a man, and I miss! Really? Come on. Well, this turn I'm going to Hydro Pump, I guess, so... Unfortunately, with me missing Focus Blast, he's able to Toxic my Floatzel and put me on a timer. Here, I'm kind of hoping he'll switch out, predicting me to go for another Focus Blast. I don't know what is going on. So, we miss a Hydro Pump, which this Bastiodon is pretty much putting in the work to me. As I'm going to knock off his leftovers, and he's probably just, yeah. This is really not looking good for me at all. Because Floatzel decides to miss moves. Just going to knock off again, just try to get off as much damage as I can in hopes that he'll just go for the Roar. So this Bastiodon is pretty much just bending me over, as I can't even knock him out with the Shadow. Can I Rapid Spin? Probably not. If anything, he should have just gone for the Stealth Rocks there again. So finally, after 13 grueling turns, we get rid of Bastiodon, which pretty much weakened half my team. This is Toxic and weakened. This is Toxic and weakened. This is weakened. So he's going to bring the Drifblim. You don't outspeed me. You do survive, though. As he can't substitute, which is nice. He's gonna knock me out here, which really does suck. Yeah, because now he outspeeds me. So I think I just have to fodder off my my Crustle, my Cryogonal, and then I can bring this in and Rock Blast and knock him out. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe we can still win. So, we get rid of the Drifblim, which is nice. This is going to be a really uphill battle. He can bring in his own per ugly. And I don't even know what Meowstic does. I think it's the male that has Prankster T-Wave, so I may have to watch out for that. As he ends up bringing in his per ugly. Unfortunately, I can't stop a fake out here, as he will be able to knock me out. And he ends up winning a potential speed tie there, so I guess I could have sucker punched. I'm not sure why he didn't just go straight for the fake out. That definitely would have been not a bad play for him to do. Please don't have screens. And please hit a Hydro Pump. Okay, he does have screens. So yeah, that's pretty much game. So we got destroyed because we got really unlucky. Let's try to get a fourth battle that will hopefully be better than this one. Okay, so we have to redeem ourselves in this game. And we have a leave ending. Maybe we will actually get to see it this time. Looking at his team, I'm just going to lead Crustle. That's pretty much always the scenario. Dodrio could be a bit of an issue if it's Scarfed, so I'm going to have to keep the Sash on my Kadabra intact and per ugly to fake out Sucker Punch. As he ends up leading off with a Golem, I'm just going to get up my rocks here as he outspeeds me, unfortunately. Is it worth getting up Spike? No, much like before, I'd rather just break his Sturdy, if anything, as luckily I don't miss. Thank you. I'm going to be able to break the Sturdy on the Golem. So he made a nice play there going for the rocks. As I actually win a speed tie, thankfully, and I'm able to get up one layer of spikes. So we get a little bit lucky here, as I can pretty much get... No, I can't knock out anything because he does have the Politoed. Psychic will knock this out. Yeah, I think regardless, I have to bring in Floatzel here. Focus Blast should knock this out. Will it knock it out? I hope it knocks it out. Oh, it just dies. Okay, okay. We're gonna click Focus Blast and we're gonna hit this time. Alright? I'm looking at you, Floaty. Go! Yes! That did nothing! Oh my lord, that did no damage. I'm gonna taunt him because I don't know what he wants to do. He could Toxic, I guess. I have Water Veil, so he's not gonna burn me. He can Hidden Power Grass me. Alright then. So, unfortunately, we lose Floatzel very early on in the game. This is not good. That Golem is still a big issue too. Could bring in Kadabra maybe? If I bring in Drifblim, he can just bring in Golem again. If I bring in Per Ugly, he gets a free switch at the Golem again. Cryogonal may not be a bad switch in, but I give him a free switch into Mawile. Regardless, I force in something that I don't want to deal with. So I'm just going to bring in Kadabra and knock out the Politoed here. As he ends up bringing in the Dodrio. He could go for the U-turn maybe? No, he goes for the quick attack, as Psychic should be enough to knock him out here. So we get rid of Dodrio, which is nice. He does break our Sash, but we really only wanted the Sash for Dodrio anyways. As he brings in Mawile, I'm going to go for the T-Wave and Encore him into Sucker Punch. That's really the only thing I can do right now. I could stall him out of Sucker Punches, really. Yeah, because he's already gone for 2, and he only has 8, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is probably my best play to just stay in here and stall him out of sucker punches, because I don't have anything that'll just safely take a hit and knock this out. Oh, so he switches into Leave Annie. So that's nice. I'm going to be able to outspeed this now and knock it out with a Psychic. So that's really great. Kadabra picking up 2 KOs and weakening Mawile a bit. As he brings in the Golem, I have no switch-ins to this. I really don't. And since I outspeed him, Encore's not going to do anything if he does want a Sucker Punch. Please. I really want to Encore predicting Sucker Punch. I really, really do. I really, 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 really do. I really, 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 really do. I'm going to do it. No! He got me. Is it worth spinning? It's not really worth spinning here, I think. So I'm just going to freeze dry, get off as much damage as I can on this Golem. Maybe not as... Oh, wow. Okay, so I do actually knock out the Golem. Wasn't expecting that, as he ends up bringing in the Mawile. I do have Hidden Power Fighting on this, so I can weaken this a little bit. I don't really think I need to get rid of rocks anymore at this point, because Drifblim plus Per Ugly should be able to beat Mischievous and Mawile. So I'm just going to get off as much damage as I can with the Hidden Power Fighting as he Swords Dances. Whoa. Ooh, that could be a little problematic, maybe. He doesn't Sucker Punch. I'm guessing he thought I would overpredict, but yeah. And he actually had a pretty good rating. We did kind of get a little bit lucky there, making up for the previous battle. A Politoed. Politoed completely just stopped Floatzel. I was really expecting Focus Blast to just easily 2 KO after rocks and spikes. Maybe I'm just underestimating the pure bulk of Politoed. What is that thing's special defense? Hold up, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Politoed. Politoed. Is it up here? Oh, it's only 100 and... Well, I guess that's not bad. Base 90 HP with 100 Spadef. But yeah, guys, that is the introduction to the team. So I did actually kind of like having 0 Spadef defense and HP, because it did allow Crustle to get into Custop barrier range a little bit easier. And yeah, that is the team and the live, guys. Again, I apologize if it's a little obvious that I'm tired. Hopefully y'all did enjoy, and if you did, then you know what to do. With that being said, I will hopefully see you all tomorrow. If not, yeah, I should definitely be uploading tomorrow. If not, then definitely the day after. So yeah, later everybody.